are, in addition to working on our Bible literature stuff, we're also going to be focusing on the VFW essay. So those of you who have not been with us before, we do the VFW. Have I talked about this in this class? Yeah, whatever. Okay. We do the VFW essay every year, and every year we take, at least in our district, we take first, second, and third place. You do get a money prize for that as well. 2 years ago, we even had a winner win second place in the state from our school, and he got $1,200. So it's very possible for you to win and to get money from this with the method that I'm going to teach you to do this essay. So the very first step, obviously, is going to be looking at the prompt. Everyone has the same prompt, meaning everyone's going to be writing on the same topic, answering the same question for this essay. And after you do that, then comes the favorite part for everyone. That is recording yourself speaking the essay out loud. And that is a requirement. This is not something that you can just opt out of. It is a requirement. Both the essay itself and the recording yourself, come on in, and the recording yourself speaking it are both test grades, okay? So again, this is a requirement. This year, the topic for the prompt for the essay is on the board, and it is today's America what our founding fathers envisioned? Okay, so there's going to be a couple of different things that you're going to need to do, and I'm going to hand you out something to prepare for this. But obviously, in order to write this essay and actually answer it sufficiently, you're going to need to know what our founding fathers believed, right? As well as how that might apply to today. So for example, I'm going to pass these sheets out that have a lot of ideas for you to look at. So different categories such as equality or political parties or education or military, things like that. One of the examples talks about how our founding fathers did think that we should have a military, but they did not think that we should have a large standing military during times of peace. So that's a little different than today, right? Today we have a large military that is always ready, that is always active. So you could talk about how that is different than what our founding fathers envisioned. Anyway, these have a lot of different ideas. I'm going to pass this out in a minute. Before I do, I want to go over your assignment for tomorrow. It's to write an opening paragraph for this essay. So an opening paragraph is how many paragraphs?
5 to 7.
An opening paragraph is one paragraph. Okay, an opening paragraph is one paragraph. So tomorrow you are just writing one paragraph. You're not writing the whole essay. You're writing the opening paragraph, not the whole essay.
And how many sentences is that?
Okay, about to go over that. So if you will look up here, you will see I'm passing this out so you don't have to take notes on this. I have a basically a formula for your opening paragraph. It starts out with a hook. I'm going to go over what that is in a second. Then you're going to have a sentence that transitions from the hook to your thesis statement. Okay, I'm going to go over what that is as well. So let's start with the hook, because the hook is the first part of your essay. The hook is the very first sentence of your essay. Your very first sentence in your essay is the hook. Okay, what does a hook do when you're fishing?
Catches.
Stabs the fish.
It lures the fish, it stabs the fish, it helps you bring the fish in, right? So in our essay, we're doing the same thing. Yes, you're right. Why'd you do that? You're right. Good job, Kason. What?
Cason's the top #1 bass fisherman.
Are you?
I'm better than him, though.
All you do is catch crappie.
Do y'all really fish? Are y'all fishers? Fishers?
Dude.
That was the fisher.
Okay, focus, rein it in, rein it in. Rein it. Okay, so your hook, when you're fishing, brings the fish, helps you bring the fish in, right? You have to do more work after that. It doesn't bring in the fish by itself, but it helps. Likewise, in your essay, your hook needs to be something very exciting or very thoughtful, thought-provoking. So on this worksheet, I'm going to have you put 3 different options for your essay, okay? These 3 different options, the first one's going to be a personal connection. So how can you make this essay relevant to your life. The second will be a startling fact or statistic, and the third is a quotation. I will tell you that the quote is the easiest thing to do, and that's what I recommend most people do for essays, especially if they're not very experienced in essay writing, is to use a quotation for your very first sentence. But it has to be a quotation that is relevant, right? That you can then transition into your thesis statement. I'm going to give you some examples in just a minute, but then now let's go to a thesis statement. A thesis statement is your last sentence in your opening paragraph, okay? It's not your first sentence. It's your last sentence in that first paragraph. And it's going to follow this formula that I have and that I'm going to pass out in this worksheet. It's going to be your claim plus transition word plus your 3 reasons. So for example, let's say that I was writing somebody give me an essay topic. It can be crazy. Anybody?
Why school systems don't work that well.
Okay. Why school systems don't work. Okay. Or how about let's say why we shouldn't go to school. Let's have that. We shouldn't go to school at all. Okay. So my claim would be we should not go to school. Okay. So our claim is that assertion. It doesn't, notice what I'm saying. I'm not saying I don't think we should. I'm not saying that. I am putting it out there as here's the fact. And I'm going to tell you why it's the fact. And then I'm going to use a transition word such as because. So we should not go to school because kids bully each other. School is boring and kids could learn more at home. Okay. Do I believe those? No, I'm just throwing that out. Okay. So that would be your thesis statement. It is one sentence. It is your claim, a transition word, which can be because, and then 3 reasons that support what you're going to say. And then we'll talk about on Thursday how you turn this thesis statement into an outline for your essay, and it's super easy then to follow. Okay, so your thesis statement, your hook, and then again, this is the opening paragraph format. So today what I'm going to help you work on is we can't just build a thesis statement without having researched and actually brainstormed about what we think about this, right? If I told you right now, write a thesis statement for this, you might be able to, but it may not be well informed. So this sheet is going to help inform what you're writing. Let me pass it out and then I'll explain, okay? Because I've had a lot of questions about what you actually do on this. So it is 2 pages. Don't try to pass 2 pages.
What are you laughing about?
Who? He just thinks it's funny.
Ah.
Yeah.
No.
Is this yours?
I have no idea.
Is this anybody's? It was.
Yeah, it's mine. I'm kidding.
It was last year. I'm afraid to open it. I don't like opening lunchboxes.
It's only got an
Forget to send
uncrustable in it. It's only got an uncrustable.
You already checked?
Wait, don't open it near me.
It's only got an uncrustable in it.
Treat it like there's a bomb inside.
My word, they don't listen. Hey guys, it's only got an uncrustable.
This thing's molded.
Sure enough is.
It's like my grip.
Oh, it stinks. So go put it away somewhere.
Sophia, you don't need to
Sophia, go put it outside.
It
I'm
was a
serious.
bowl
Sit outside.
outside.
Sit outside my door.
It was.
I was only
Open the
saying.
door, Emily.
It's Jenkins' lunchbox. He's not talking. He's not talking.
Come on, Jenkins.
Go get it.
It's Jenkins' lunchbox.
What if it just blew up when I turned it down?
It's Jenkins' lunchbox. Oh!
Blacker than black.
What have you done now?
Oh, that was good.
If it blew up when I turned it down, I'd be blacker than black.
You understand? Yeah. All right, so go ahead and let's look at these worksheets for a second. You will see, this is not something that you have to read all of. What this does is this is giving you 15 different ideas or topics for why today's America might be what our founding fathers envisioned or why it might not be what our founding fathers envisioned. So what I want you to do is pick 3 of these topics, 3 out of the 15, okay? I want you to pick 3. I'm even gonna write that down. Because I had different instructions for another class. Okay, how many are you gonna pick?
3.
Beautiful.
And that's why you're not in this class.
Okay, pick 3 topics. And then what you're going to do is under these topics, I have some example questions. I want you to research these questions. Now, that means, yes, I'm going to allow you to use phones if you have them. If you don't, let me know what topic you're researching, and I'll print you out some articles to read and to look over in class today. Okay, so you, again, are picking 3 topics, and you are researching and answering the questions under those topics. Now, how do you research those questions? I'm so glad you asked. You can literally type these questions into Google, right? You can reword them a little bit, but you can type part of these questions. You can type the whole question in, but I want you to take notes on the questions that you've picked, or not the questions you picked, but the questions for the 3 topics you picked. You can write them in this blank space on the last page, or you can put it on a completely separate piece of paper, okay? So that's what we're gonna spend the next 20 minutes doing. You may get your phones, and you may use your phones only for this. If I see any other usage, you will be kicked in the rear.
Oh, no.
Yes.
I'm not hurt.
We have 20 minutes left of class. Like, this is what we're doing.
That's not all we're doing.
Lord.
Yes, Jenna,
Can you play computer instead?
absolutely.
I wasn't saying go over to you. I was saying go over to Jason.
Oh, I know. All right, let's get it. Let's go. Let's get your phones. Let's get researching. Okay, let me tell you this. After those 20-ish minutes are up, I'm calling each one of you, Kason and Hector, calling each one of you up individually to show me what you've done to make sure that you're on the right track for your essay, okay?
So we're looking up these, right? Just 3 of them.
You're gonna pick, let me say this again, you're gonna pick 3 out of the 15. You see how they're numbered? So pick 3 of the bolded ones, and then you're gonna look up the questions under those 3 that you chose. And then you're gonna use those 3 to turn, to make your thesis statement, and I'll talk about that later.